Hi everyone and welcome back to the Truffet Emporium. My name's Melinda and today we're discussing all things Gruyere. It's an Alpine cheese and the history of this cheese is as rich and as nutty as its flavour. This is a good cheese and it's a fascinating story. The country's actually battled over it. Yes, my friends, the Battle of the Gruyere. So story goes that the medieval peasants in the mountainous side of Switzerland developed the cheese, which would make you think that the cheese was Swiss, right? But since the town of Gruyere is so close to the French-Swiss border, the French cheesemakers just over the border were making a similar product that fell under the umbrella term of Gruyere. Complicated? Wait, there's more. There's not yet another variety of Gruyere that originates on the Austrian side of the Alps. I mean, of course there is. The Austrian variety is similar to the Swiss variety in taste, colour and texture. Cheesemakers in France and Switzerland then engaged in a 3-year battle over which country made the best Gruyere, because both the varieties had such distinct differences in taste and appearance. Who had the right to call it theirs? The French believed they deserved the distinction because their cheese was more widely recognised, but the Swiss argued that the cheese was named after a region on their side of the border, and they'd been making the cheese much longer, from the earliest 12th century, longer than the French version. Exhausting, I know. Finally, the European Union stepped in to mediate and ultimately decided in favour of the Swiss, finding that the cheese originally came from Switzerland. If that wasn't enough Gruyere-related drama for you, even the holes known as eyes, or lack thereof, in the cheese is enough to cause international controversy. According to the French architectural law, the French-style Gruyere cheese must have holes in it. However, the Swiss variety of Gruyere has no holes present. The holes themselves, or eyes, are created by gas bubbles during the cheese-making process. Another fun fact, legend has it way back in 161 AD, Emperor Antonio de Pius actually died of ingesting too much Gruyere cheese. So apparently there is too much of a good thing. Today, our little cheesy gem does not carry as much controversy, thank goodness. The cheese itself has a pale yellow colour with a rich, creamy, slightly nutty, earthy taste. When fully aged, say 5 months to a year, it tends to have small cracks that impart a slight grainy texture. It's a perfect cheese for baking because the flavour is not overwhelmed and has a creamy texture and subtle sweetness for those cheesy related comfort foods like quiche or the classic French onion soup. Why does it melt so beautifully, you ask? Well, it has to do with the water to fat ratio. Generally speaking, this is when extra water makes the cheese melt evenly instead of separating into pools of fat. We think Gruyere pairs really well with a medium-bodied white like a Chardonnay or Riesling or a fruity red. The Truffet Emporium have 2 versions of this cheese going at the moment. We have the traditional one and we also have one with dill leaves flecked through it. So if there's anything else you'd like to know about Gruyere, get in touch. Happy to help, share, like. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye.